I'm Carl Danielson. Today is November the 7th, 2018. Last year, the City of Los Angeles started a test program for a new type of paving material. For the test, a residential alley was chosen in West Los Angeles next to Culver City. There were actually two alleys, this one about 750 feet long and this one about 350 feet long. The product used is identified as UR1. It's made by a startup company in Monrovia, California, known as Ultimate Recycle LLC. It resembles and handles like ordinary cold mix asphalt, but it is a product of new technology. It's been described as catalytically reactivated hot mix that works at ambient temperatures. It's unique, and its performance characteristics go well beyond those of commercial cold mix formulations. At Regent Street, the idea was to use the product as a thin overlay, to put it down directly over old asphalt, and to do so with minimum beforehand preparation. It was a field test to verify that the product could be used as a low-cost method of repairing and extending the service life of secondary asphalt surfaces such as alleys, access roads, parking lots, and so forth. The project called for the company to supply the material while the city was to do everything else. And since the program has been underway for over a year now, it's certainly worth knowing about. Before describing what's been done at Regent Street, I need to point out that cold mix asphalt is mainly used for patching potholes and other temporary purposes. Even the City of Los Angeles, which prides itself on fixing potholes within 1 day after they're reported, mostly uses hot mix asphalt for that purpose. Conventional cold mixes never do well as overlays and are seldom used for general paving. That's because for most jobs, they cannot meet the stipulated performance requirements. Moving on, the overlay was scheduled to be put down in January of 2017. As planned, the preparation was minimal. It consisted of grinding to knock down the rough edges and sweeping to pick up or push aside the loose dirt and debris. By the way, notice those weeds. The existing potholes were not filled and there was no tack coat. Unfortunately, the first attempt at starting the project didn't work. The city sent trucks to pick up 2 loads of material, but prior to the scheduled installation date, unexpected demands elsewhere forced the city to cancel the installation and unload the material at one of its storage lots. Several weeks went by. The 2 truckloads were installed in April. Recognizing that the test project was off the track, the company offered to supply enough fresh material to put down full-length overlays in both alleys. The city accepted. So in September, 5 more truckloads of UR1 were installed. The job was finished on September the 12th, 2017. It wasn't pretty, but it did what it was supposed to do. It made the alley smoothly serviceable again, and it established a test program that's still underway. This is what the alley looked like before the overlay. This picture was taken from about the same place when the overlay was 1 year old. If you walk down the alley today, this is what you would see. First, no matter which of the 3 entrances you use, you will see that the seams where the overlay meets the street are smooth and solid. This is at Regent Street. This is at Motor Avenue. Here's another view. Notice how the UR1 remains bonded to the sidewalk. Second, nowhere on the September overlay will you see signs of rattling. That is, asphalt decomposing at the surface. The loose material you will see occasionally comes from dirt and debris along the sides. The overlay is not decomposing. Even the edges remain intact. Third, you'll see no signs of traffic pattern running. The cars and trucks using the alley are not reshaping its surface. By the way, the overlay has been surprisingly self-healing from the start, and it remains so even now. Fourth, you will find no dishing patterns above the old potholes. That's important because at the potholes the overlay is thicker than usual. Sometimes it's much thicker. Dishing can occur. At Regent Street, however, that has not happened. There is no dishing. You won't be able to find that type of a marker anywhere. There is, however, one marker that needs to be mentioned. Remember the weeds? This is what happened next to them. Obviously, there's a problem, but it's not an overlay problem. It's a water problem. And the weeds themselves tell us that this problem has been around for a long time. Fifth, you will see the difference between the April and the September overlays. You will be able to point to the exact spots where the 2 April truckloads were put down. And finally, you'll see what some heavy construction equipment has recently done to the alley. One of the apartment buildings has undergone some major repair. Look at those steel I-beams. A rubber-tired machine of some kind apparently maneuvered them into position. Look at the tracks it left and the divots where its outriggers were put down. Notice also that the overlay did not fracture or tear apart. The material is strong enough yet flexible enough to remain intact. Both Portland cement and cold mix asphalt, if used like this, would have crumbled. UR1's self-healing characteristics may eventually help. We'll wait and see. So far, the Regent Street overlay has worked. It has done what no other product that we know of could have done under the circumstances. It has given new life to an alley system that was in desperate need of repair. And it did so simply, inexpensively, and with minimum inconvenience. Of course, we'll continue to monitor this project. Anyone who would like to check it out can do so by going to the corner of Regent Street and Motor Avenue in West Los Angeles. How long will this overlay last? One informed observer who knows a lot about asphalt suggested 10 years, perhaps more. That, of course, remains to be seen. In the meantime, others who have aging asphalt surfaces they need to maintain are becoming aware of this new repair option. The money to be saved and the other benefits this technical breakthrough has to offer are worthy of serious consideration.